What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. So we're going to be talking about that summer EDC today. It is hot Arizona summer weather here. And if you live in one of those climates where you swing drastically from one end of the spectrum to the other, like we do here in Arizona, where it could be like in the 30s and then in the summer it can be 122, lots of things change, like your clothing, what you may be carrying on your person or what you may be carrying off your body, like this bag right here, just to kind of make ends meet to carry everything you want, because you're probably not going to be wearing big coats and things like that when it's like 115 plus degrees out. I mean, if you want to wear a big heavy coat in Arizona in the summertime, you can do that. Just be prepared for the medics to come by and give you an IV bag, and then hopefully when they check your core temperature, they don't give it to you through the back rather than the front. We'll take a good look at the items I carry with me. Now, this is not like an intensive list, not like a bug out bag or anything, but these are like the items that I carry or wear on my person constantly all the time. And they do change from season to season, the type I'm carrying, maybe the size of what I'm carrying on me, just because clothing could go from heavy winter jackets to literally board shorts, gym shorts, and a tank top. And of course, feel free as we go along to chime in and let me know what I'm doing right or what I am doing wrong. But we will go ahead and we'll start off with the bag. So recently, I have been carrying this Vertix Ready Pack 2.0. It's not my favorite bag, but it's pretty good. I'm trying to like it. I bought it myself. I want to say it was like 160 bucks. It is very well made. Vertix makes very nice stuff, but it really lacks compartmentalization. And I have videos on almost all of these items independently. You can look for those on the channel. And if you're interested in any of them, I'll have links for you down below or at the build list. Just check that out. But it's a good bag. You can fit a good amount of stuff in it. It just doesn't have, I guess, as many pockets or as compartmentalized spaces as I want, but it is really built and geared towards everyday carry. So it's got a full concealment pocket. You can get a hydration bladder in there. It's got some good storage area in it, but it's overall solid. Just wasn't my first choice. But again, I am trying to love it for what it is and use it because I spent my hard-earned money on it, and gosh darn it, I'm going to make the thing work. And now let's go ahead and take a look at those smaller items that would be inside that bag, because I didn't want to try to show you that bag under the camera because that just never works out that well. So we'll go ahead and check out all those smaller items and of course, what I've been carrying lately in the summertime, because I think that might be a big change from a lot of what you guys are used to. All right, so these are some of the items that I carry with me no matter what time of year it is. And there's some more that I'll bring in. There's just obviously a lot going on here. And again, this is not like a bug out bag video. I'm not going through everything piece by piece that I carry with me on a day. These are just kind of some basic items. So we're gonna start with like the wearables. So one of the things I've been wearing a lot recently is this new ISO Bright watch. These things, much like the Luminox, US made here, awesome stuff. Talked to the owner of this company, very cool. They got a lot of options from auto to battery powered stuff. They come with a couple of different bands for you, and these things are tritium and they are stupid bright. I'll roll in a photo here so you can see what these things look like, but they are awesome watches made in the US, and I love it. Just absolutely love it. Tons of colors, all that stuff. When it comes to sunglasses, I have been wearing these Gators a lot recently, and the reason for that is because not only are they polarized, they get all that stuff, but if you look down here, again, USA made, but these are also mil-spec rated glasses. So they have several different versions of these, but for fragmentation, stuff like that, when you're out on the range, that can make a difference. I've had frag come off steel targets and embed itself into the bumper of my truck. So for that reason, I have made the decision to swap over to glasses that have some form of ballistic protection. They've got different ones. They're not cheap, but they do what you need them to when you're dealing with stuff out on the range. And when it comes to belts, belts are very important. So there's a couple that I wear a lot, one of which is going to be the hybrid EDC from Blue Alpha Gear. I love these guys, US made, great people out in Georgia. And the buckle here is small enough to fit through standard jeans, which traditional Cobra buckles were not. So I love these belts, and they're just great people making US stuff. The next belt, I've got a couple of these. These are those ultra thin Groove Life belts. They are flexible, but they're still pretty stiff. I mean, they're not the stiffest belts in the world. It takes a good bit to bend them. But when you're running around light EDC, like a 43, 43X, I've worn this the majority of the past couple of summers now. I've got two of them, like I said. I love them. These are some of the best belts out there for minimal carry items and just sheer all out comfort. So when it comes to obviously protecting my head in the Arizona sun, my own branded hat right here from TriStar Trading. I'll have links for all that stuff down below. You can check it all out. But love it, good stuff, and you don't want to get a sunburn on the head. Ear Pro. So these axles go with me literally everywhere. I have a couple of sets. They are the earpod style or earbud style. They have a battery, they're Bluetooth, they're sound deadening. So I love them. On the range, you've got to use the black foamy tips right there. You cannot use the other plastic ones. They're rechargeable. I just keep it in this nice little carrying case it comes with. I literally use these every time I go to the range. So if you see any of my videos or watch any of my videos from the past, like, I don't know, 8 or 9 months, these are likely what I am wearing. They're awesome. You've got to fit them right, but they do everything. I've got a discount code link for these. I will link it down below for you. Awesome stuff. Great guys over there. Love that company and the Ear Pro. Comes to the wallet, I'm still carrying that pop-off leather again. Great stuff. I've got a link for you guys on these. You can check them out. Some of the best leather products out there. Once a year, twice a year, I hit it with some leather lotion. I mean, this thing in the Arizona summer just eats a lot of sweat. It's pretty much wet by the end of the day. I know that's kind of gross, but great leather products. I love the binders that I use from them as well. Good stuff. I did do a little bit of changing on some light. So I've been testing out this little Phoenix light right here because I keep it in the bag, but I can also throw it in my pocket if I'm going into a store or something. So I like these. It's been a pretty good light, but it's a little bit bigger than some of the smaller Streamlight stuff. You know, like that pen style light that's only like literally as thick as this tactical pen right here. But it's a good light. It's been running well. Use it when I'm walking the dog. And then for the bigger light, that's Streamlight ProTac, 1000 lumen, 10 tap programmable. I've got a ton of trust for Streamlight. I've carried them for years. They are bulletproof lights, absolutely awesome. Second only to Surefire, at least in my opinion. For that knife, I've been carrying that Kaiser blade, that sheepdog. I just love it. Everything from the look of it to the feel of it. You can get in a bunch of different colors. Great blade, holds an edge, good material, and just looks clean while doing everything you need it to do. You got to clean that blade off though. It's a little dirty right now, but this has been my one of my EDC carry knives for quite some time. Multi-tool is going to be with me everywhere. Gerber suspension, it's just great. I got a couple of them in a couple of different bags. I think one in my truck and this one is in my EDC bag. It comes with that little kind of case like this so you can throw it in there, and it's good. I mean, it's not expensive. It's easy on the wallet. You break it, I think it's like 30 bucks, maybe a little bit more now, but solid stuff. I've been a huge fan of Gerber ever since I was in the military. One of the things I did pick up recently, besides like, I love these little silicone covers. You just get these off Amazon for your keys, is this. This is awesome. So this is actually a tritium tube in there. It's like a little globe of tritium, and this thing is super bright. If you can imagine like what your night sights are on your carry gun, look at the size of that tube in there. So it just kind of helps out. Maybe it's inside your bag or it's, you know, you dropped your keys, you're going to be able to see it. But this actually in real darkness gives you enough illumination to actually kind of use it to look around. I didn't think it was going to be that bright. It is. Then you've got like a little scribe or you know, window shield breaker or glass breaker right there on the end. Kind of small, but really awesome. I didn't think that thing was going to be as bright as it came out to be. I talked about food. I always keep a couple of these nutrient survival packs with me out there. A little bit of homestyle scramble, a little bit of Southwest medley. I always keep food on me. A couple of meals can last you a very long time out there should you be in a nasty situation. And then obviously Arizona, the hydration. So this is just kind of a cheaper hydro flask, a Takia or something like this. You can get these at Costco in 2-packs or any of those discount stores. Order them off Amazon. It's just, it keeps your liquids cool or hot depending on what you've got in there, but you always want a decent amount of water with you out there, especially in the summertime in Arizona. If you don't pay attention to the news, we're rescuing people off of mountaintops all the time out here because they go with like 5 ounces of water and try to hike Camelback Mountain. I'm also going to always have a tourniquet on me. This is just one of them. This is the Rats, the Gen 2. It's got some nitrile gloves wrapped around in it, so you're always going to have your gloves and your tourniquet together. I carry all the different types of tourniquets with me. I'm comfortable with using this one, the Cat Gen 7, the SOFT, the SOFT Wide. I carry them all and I have zero issues with any of them. All right, and then I'm always gonna have like a pen, some kind of tactical pen writing device with me because it's like a 2-for-1, right? Glass breaker, scribe, pen, you know, self-defense device, all that good stuff. And then a Neomag, right? That magnetic magazine holder. These are absolutely awesome. I love them. I didn't think I was gonna be a fan of them at first, but they turned out to be hands down one of the best EDC items out there. So getting down to what I have been carrying the most, it's gonna be that Hellcat Pro. And I said I was gonna start carrying this because it just fits. The size of it, right, is a little bit smaller than a Glock 19, thinner than a Glock 19, same size as a 365 XL from SIG, but it just feels bigger in the hand. And right now I'm testing some extended controls from Apex Tactical and some other stuff coming for this, but it's a great carry and I just wanted to get some more time with it and feel it out a little bit, but that's not the only thing. So that's fairly new to my collection. So some of you will likely obviously know and remember the 43X MOS. I love this thing. That hollow sun on there with the C&H plate right there. Now C&H Precision, they make hands down the best plates out in the market to mount your optics to, so just go with them. I do have some night vision sights coming for it. Night vision's kind of my chosen brand right now that just seem to work for me, but again, it's just got that perfect size to it where it's just on the edge of maybe being a little bit small, but still so carryable, especially with these Shield Arms 15-round mags. So love it. I do still carry this a lot depending on what I am wearing. A little something new that I've been testing and I'll probably end up carrying is the CR920. I've got a video up. If it's not up on this yet, it will be very soon. I'm really liking this thing, so we'll get into that more in its review. When I'm going ultralight, probably that 43 because it is just so small and easy to carry. But the problem is, if you don't got a mag extension on there, there's a lot of finger left hanging off of that grip. Of course, that gray. And then the 365 XL. So this one is in a Mischief Machine grip. If this video is not out, it will be soon too. Running that right-on red dot. I always say that wrong. It's right-on, not right-on. So overall, pretty cool. I've got the Icarus Precisions. I got reviews on most of this stuff. You can check them out. And then if you want to pick anything up, I've got those reviews and links and everything down there for you. Most of what I'm carrying for that self-defense ammo is going to be the Critical Defense or the Critical Duty, whichever one I happen to have. I've tested a lot of this stuff. Works out absolutely great. I've seen the ballistics tests on this. I've seen the gelatin tests on this in person at a class that I went to. Absolutely awesome stuff. So again, this is not an exhaustive list. This is just stuff that goes with me everywhere, whether it's on my person or in a bag. Now, I am sure a lot of you carry very similar items out there. So when it comes to the stuff I think about carrying, or maybe I want to purchase to carry, depending on what type of year it is, like I said, because it changes just based on where you're gonna be, what the weather's like in your state from season to season. And you kind of have to be able to carry these things all over the place. Now, I've been stopped in stores by viewers and they're like, hey, you really do carry that. Like when I used to carry the DDT sling bag, which I still have, and my wife uses it to this day, people would actually see me and they'd be like, hey, you actually carry that. I'm like, yeah, this thing is great. Same thing with the Vertex bag. Again, not my favorite, but I'm carrying it. So when it comes to the EDC stuff, I kind of think about it this way. The most important items for me is something to make holes, something to plug holes, and if you can, something to stop holes, otherwise stop making holes in you. After that, it would become kind of those like life items, right? So water, maybe some food, contact like your phone, maybe an address book if you can't remember everything in your head. And everything after that are gonna be those like luxury, ease of use life items. So those are gonna be your tools, multi-tools, all of those things that just stuff that makes your life easier. Stuff, you know, think about, you know, extra flashlight, extra tactical pen. That's where you get to kind of play around with it, but you don't want to overload yourself either. And I don't know if that's right or wrong. That's just the kind of the way that I think about it, because I don't think most of us are going to be in long term, like it's going to take me days to walk or get home. I need quick, fast items, maybe one meal, enough for a day of water. I'll be home and then I can readjust and get what I need from there. So what about that Hellcat Pro? So I had said a while back when I first got that thing, I was gonna try and carry it. So what about that Hellcat Pro? And I had said a while back when I got that, I'm like, I think I'm gonna carry this for a while. One, because it's really just a great size. It's a little smaller and trimmer than a Glock 19, but the same capacity, just the right grip size, great grip texture. It really is, it just fills a lot of roles because you can carry that in the winter. It's still got almost like a full-size feel to it. You can carry it in the summer, and it's got like a Glock 43 feel to it. So I've been carrying that a lot, specifically in that holster right there. I can't remember the name, but I will annotate it on the screen or in the notes down below, but it's the one that they have for sale on the website at Springfield. It's a good solid holster, and I'm sure more companies are going to be releasing them. That doesn't mean I don't still carry my 43X. I carry that, I carry the other Hellcat 2, and sometimes I'll carry the SIG 365. It really just depends on what I'm gonna be dressed like and where I am going that day, because if we're going somewhere where the majority of the day I'm gonna be walking around in like a tank top or a very light, kind of maybe more tighter fitting shirt, I'm gonna carry something a little smaller than that Pro. That's probably where the 43 would come in, maybe that 365 or the 43X MOS, because that really is a great pistol, especially with those shield arms mags. But it all just depends on how I'm gonna be dressed. That really dictates what I'm gonna carry, unless it doesn't matter, and then I'm just gonna really dress to dictate to what I'm carrying, if that makes sense to you guys. So hot summers, the dress is dictating the gun. If the weather doesn't matter, the dress is dictated by the gun I'm carrying. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Well, I hope that helps some of you out. Maybe you're lacking or maybe I'm lacking. Again, let me know where I went right, where I went wrong in those comments down below. And I'm really curious to know, what are your 3 top EDC items? So not your knife, your pistol, your ammo, something else. What are the next 3 things that you always want to keep with you? For me, it's medical, food, water. And I think that's really relative to most of us out there that carry every day. But I'm curious if you have something different depending on where you live. Maybe water's more plentiful than in Arizona. Maybe food's more plentiful because you live in a forested area. But for me out here in the Arizona desert, it's definitely going to be food and water right up there towards the top of some self-defense items. Well, that is what I have for you all today. Make sure you get subbed up, get out there, have some fun. Remember, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I will see you all on the next one.